Can President Trump mend ties with America's closest allies? That's one of the most pertinent and big questions as G7 leaders gather in France for a summit. From trade disputes and Ukraine to the West Asia crisis, world leaders are hoping to narrow differences with Washington and rebuild transatlantic unity. A crucial meeting between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Donald Trump is also on the cards. The picturesque French town of Evian may be known for its natural mineral water, but this week it's set to host some high-stakes diplomacy as G7 leaders gather on the shores of Lake Geneva. But one man is expected to be at the center of talks: President Trump. European leaders are arriving with a clear objective to bridge the growing divides with Washington and restore momentum to strained alliances. Relations between the US and several of its traditional partners have been tested recently by disagreements over trade, tariffs, Ukraine, and global security. Now the world leaders are hoping the summit can help rebuild consensus among the world's leading democracies. One of the biggest challenges will be finding common ground on the war in Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is expected to join discussions. The Middle East or West Asia will also loom large over the summit. With the Iran-Israel conflict rattling global markets and disrupting shipping routes, while the leaders are expected to also discuss on maintaining energy stability and efforts to secure the Strait of Hormuz that is seeing chaos because of US and Iran escalation in the region. President Trump still insists that his actions were justified and Iran was a threat to the US and Europe.
The regime's conventional ballistic missile program was growing rapidly and dramatically, and this posed a very clear, colossal threat to America and our forces stationed overseas. The regime already had missiles capable of hitting Europe and our bases, both local and overseas, and would soon have had missiles capable of reaching our beautiful America.
Trump is also going to hold a bilateral meeting with Prime Minister Modi and other leaders from France, Qatar, Egypt, and the UAE. The timing of the meeting between the Prime Minister of India and the President of the United States couldn't be more vital. From trade talks and energy security to attacks on Indian crude vessels, the two leaders are expected to discuss some of the biggest geopolitical challenges facing the world today. With global tensions running high and several unresolved issues hanging over India and US relations, while both countries have recently shown signs of improving ties, there's still plenty to discuss. While the trade tensions are likely to be another major flashpoint between Trump and European leaders who want progress on global trade imbalances, for Trump, the summit presents an opportunity to reassure allies and reassert American leadership. For Europe, it's a chance to close diplomatic gaps before they widen further.